for you guys and show you how we do our homework folders for break for my oldest two boys. My preschooler does just like review work or whatever. This is my planner. I printed everything out and put it together myself. I just use this is a Staples Better binder. Pretty sturdy. I've had it since we've been homeschooling. It's been 3 years. And it's worked out for me. I've been back and forth with planners, but I think I'm actually going to stick with this one. So I'll start with the planner and then I'll show you everything else that we do. So the first thing I have is our calendar. So the highlighted page, the highlighted dates are the days that we've actually done school. The little lines on the side, I just mark if it's a break week or what number week we're on. I don't do in advance. We're basically all around homeschoolers. I do like to take a break during like Ramadan, which is 30 days. So that gives us about 4 weeks of a break and maybe a month for summer if we can squeeze it in. But we really just go with the flow. I don't put myself on strict timelines in that way. So we're kind of like a unschooly, I guess you can say, routine type of homeschoolers. So I schedule as I go. I do put the date that I would like to start school, and this year we started school on August 27th. That was our first week of school, and like I said, this week we're on our 6th week of school. So we'll just go from there because I've had some minor health things going on, and I've been back and forth to the doctor, taking the kids to the doctor. So I try not to get scheduled in and feel like, oh, if we don't get it done, then we're just not fulfilling the schedule and put more stress on myself. So we just do it this way. I actually have to finish filling it out for the holiday breaks and stuff that we're going to have. We don't really celebrate the national holidays, but we do learn things about those holidays, so we don't take breaks like everybody else typically would. So that kind of gives us more time so we can take breaks in the summer. Then I have my password log that I will put all my boys' stuff in. All my passwords. My kids actually have their own password log cards that I'll show you as well when I do the video about their curriculum and their stuff. Then I have my calendar to mark off, anything that's important for us. So I have a bunch of monthly calendars, and then I have my notes page, which is just, it'll have like this goals for us for back to school, any notes, any things, because I'm really good at forgetting what I need to do. Like I know what I need to do, but I forget what the heck I need to do. So I always try to write things down and look over it daily to see if I've accomplished what it is that I needed to do. We have our goals page. Like I said, all of these are printables from Pinterest. Our course of study, this was where I intended on writing down for our group subjects what we were going to do for group. So like for instance, where it says subject, I would put science, what we wanted to learn instead of the resources. I would put, like this week we're working on the human cell. I would put that, how many weeks we would work on it and what days of the week we work on it. For group, I'll go into another video to show you how we do group. Right now I'm just going to show you the planner and the homework folders. I have a supply list that I'm going to write that'll actually be for our next school year, God willing. And then each one of my sons has a tab in my planner where I keep important stuff for them, and this is where I keep their weekly assessments. So this is my pre-Kers stuff. This will be his curriculum stuff for kindergarten that I will put in here. Let's see, what else is in here? All his has right now is the curriculum shopping list. There are a few more things I'm actually going to put in there, but I'm going to show you with the other two boys what we have. This is my middle sons. I have a life skills checklist of things that maybe that I haven't thought of that I want, that that are other than what I intend on teaching them, the life skills that I intend on teaching them. I have a checklist here, so we'll go over some of these things. And we usually introduce our life skills on Fridays because we typically don't do school on Fridays. We really do school Mondays through Thursdays, but like this week, had a lot of stuff going on at the beginning of the week. I'm actually off Saturday, so we'll be doing school from today through Saturday. Then he has his curriculum shopping list. Here is the portfolio assessments that we'll do at the end of the year. Along with that, they have, so this is pretty much what I do. I keep all the important stuff in my binder that I need per child. So he has curriculum, the portfolio assessment that we'll turn in at the end of the year. Then we actually do our own assessment of their accomplishments, things that they could probably improve on, things that maybe we would want to work on during our summer break to, you know, help them better off in the next school year. And they'll fill out one of these, or they'll fill this out with me together. And then they have their promotion certificates that they'll get at the end of the year. We're going to have a homeschool promotion, like I said, again, God willing, every school year. So you guys stay tuned if you want to see how we do our homeschool promotion at the end of the year. And then we also have, this is a Q6 week, or every 6 week assessment that I do with the boys. And I sit down, what I do is I have them in pencil circle the things that the way that they feel they've done things, and then in red is my opinions and my output on how they did on things. So this goes along with the goal tracking containers that we have, jars that we have. So what I'll do is I'll take some tickets, we'll write on there the goals that they need to fulfill for the every 6 weeks, and the weekly ones, I'll show you those as well. And we will when they do the assessments, we fill them out on tickets. Once they complete those goals and they've accomplished them, they put them in here, and they're working towards a surprise that they'll get once they fill this up. And this is also something they can look back on at the end of the school year and say, hey, look at all these things that I've accomplished. So they feel like they've accomplished something. They don't just feel like they were being schooled. They feel like they're working towards something and they've actually gotten things done. And at the same time, it helps me keep progress of what they're doing. So that's those assessments, and it's a front and back page. This one I actually got off of Teachers Pay Teachers, and I'm going to go through a video and show you on my computer like everything I did, since I'm not able to at this moment link things for you guys and show you where I got them, and then you can, like, you know, go take a look for yourselves. And then like I said, I promise I'm going to work on learning how to link things. I was just trying to get some of these videos out before I forget and stuff comes up and then I don't get the videos out. So that's that. And then give me 1 second. I want to show you their weekly assessments. They're actually in their group folders, or what we deem as their weekly folders. So they have the weekly work habits worksheet. This is where every week I will sit down with my boys and I go over this with them. Like I said, how we do is I have them first grade themselves and see how they feel like they've done, so they can get a better idea of how they're doing themselves, and then see how it compares with how I feel. Then the weekly goals also will go on tickets, and we will put it in the goal tracking jars once they've completed those weekly goals and their every 6 week evaluation. So that's what we do instead of like report cards or anything like that. I try to like stray away from grading my kids so much, and really more so going towards tracking their progress. That's more what I'm interested in, because that really tells me how well I'm teaching. And also on their 6 week report, there's an area where they get to say how I'm doing with teaching them. Not sure if it's on the front of here, on the back, but there is an area. If I could change one thing about how the teacher teaches, it would you know, that I would be more patient or however they feel. And I tell them to be honest with me because this is going to help me teach them better, and whatever is going to help them learn better. I'm, of course, all down for it. That's the point of homeschool. So it's the same thing for my older son. He has all of these things in here. You know, stuff for the next year. Once they fill those weekly assessments, stay in their notebooks, and we go over them at the end of the week on Fridays when we don't have a lot to do. And then when that's finished, I just put them back into my lesson planner. And then as far as my lessons are concerned, I do, I break it up to where into each marking period. So we have 3 semesters, which we deem as about 12 weeks apiece. We're in our first semester now. So actually what I'm doing is, sorry guys about the lighting. I've really got to get this stuff together. But so what I do is, this is our group work. Okay, so we're on week 6. This is the stuff that we do for group. What I do is I break it down into subjects. We have a math group that we do together. So we work on certain things on Mondays and Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. And I can adjust this, like this week if we're doing it on Saturdays. I'll just, you know, go ahead and adjust it. But that's how it is. Social studies, we actually put our religious studies in the category with social studies. I color code my subjects as well to help me keep up and help my boys keep up with how we do our subjects. So we'll start our Quranic recitation on Mondays or the first day of that school week. On Fridays, we'll start what is Islamic studies or religious studies workbook, and we'll go over stuff, and they'll have stuff that they'll fill out. I'll go more into detail on that when I do curriculum. For language group, we do vocabulary and spelling the first couple of days. We introduce that the first day. And then we do dictionary practice on Tuesday. So we'll review on Tuesdays what we learned on Monday. Then we'll introduce dictionary practice in ABC order. We'll be doing that for this first marking period. Then they'll be doing dictionary practice on their own. And on Wednesdays and Thursdays, we have reading group. In my curriculum video to show you what I do for all my curriculum, I'll show you more in detail what we do as far as all of these things are concerned. On Fridays, like I said, we do our skills or our specials. It could be like art and maybe a skill or something like that. And then on Mondays, we introduce our health or science things. Each semester, I work on a different special. So we may not the whole school year be doing science. We may not the whole school year be doing art. Right now, for these next 6 or 7 weeks, we will be working on, well, this week we'll finish up what we started, because for these first 6 weeks, we were working on the human body. So we'll finish this up. And then the next week, sorry, that's their stuff. The next week, we'll be working on social studies, and we'll be learning about the origin of Halloween and stuff like that. So, like I said, we have the group assignments for the week. And what I usually do is plan a little bit after school. I take a little bit of time after school and do my planning, or when I'm on that week break, I'll do it. But I do not do so far out in advance and try to plan out the whole school year, because like I said, we're kind of like unschoolers, but at the same time, we have a set curriculum for certain things. So I just have to kind of go as I flow, and that's what works for us. You know, it may not work for everybody, but it's simple and it works for us. Then this is my preschooler's work. He has language. I will put what letter we're doing. We do our books on Epic Books. He really likes that, and so we do that. Sorry guys, we do read other books, you know, hard copy books, but I like to do Epic Books, and that's on his schedule where it says computer. That's what he does. He works on little apps that teaches him his ABCs and, you know, the alphabet or whatever, numbers and songs and YouTube videos and things like that. So that's his computer time. He has math and sensory I really don't hardcore schedule sensory. I kind of let him pick out the things that he want to do. There are some goals that I would like him to work on, so I introduce those to him, but it's really up to him what he wants to do. He also does very simple Islamic studies where he learns about, right now he's just learning about who God is, period, you know. So as also he has themes and rhymes. Okay, so this is where I would plan out his themes. The extras is where I will put any notes for him. I also use my planning pages to not grade but assess or say whether or not they are competent in these subjects. So what I would do is I would put a 4 next to the letter C, or I would color code it to see if, okay, he knows this letter or he knows this number or whatever it is that he's doing. So like I said, we don't have a real like A, B, C, D, F type of thing. I probably won't get into that until they're in the high school grade so that they would count for them when you have to do their transcript. Right now, it's all about progress. Are we making progress? You know, did we understand what we learned? That's my main goal. I'm not so into grades like that. And then on the back is where I plan my, I don't really plan my older 2 boys' schoolwork for the simple fact their curriculum is basically like planned out for them. Because they use teaching textbooks for math. They have growing with grammar and winning with writing, and then spelling we do as a group and vocabulary. So on their pages, basically what I'm writing is, are they competent? Did they understand that day what they learned? And overall, look how they did for the week, and that helps me with their weekly assessment. So their sheets are not so much for planning as it is for keeping track of how they did on those things on a daily and weekly basis. And that's the same for every semester. Then at the back of my binder, I have these, I'm sorry if the lighting is so off, I'm so sorry. I have these tabs where I keep like the letter that I have to send out, because in Ohio we have to send out a letter to the school board saying that we intend to homeschool. So I send that out, and any receipts or anything, any curriculum receipts or anything, I just store them per school year at the back of my binder. So each school year will have a tab, and anything that was important, the portfolio assessment results, all that stuff, I just put at the back of here. And that's pretty much it for my planner. In the front, there's a little pocket. This is where I'm going to be keeping track of the YouTube videos that I do, and like little small awards and stickers and stuff that I may need for our boards and stuff like that. And then these are their homework binders. These are the every 6 week. When they're on break, no, we don't do formal schooling, but I like them to work on things that we've worked on the course of those 6 weeks. So it's broken up into 4 days, like how our school week is. And once they complete it, they put it into this red paper at the front. I'll grade it, and I'll go over it with them on that Friday or whatever. We'll sit down, but they have all week to complete everything that's in here. There's some math work, language arts work. They have to do a book report, I think. They have to do some reading. So it's not like we're not doing school at all. And I do want them to have a break. I won't be doing any formal teaching during the 6 week break, or after our 6 week when we take our break, or whenever we take breaks. But they do have like review work to help them like kind of stay fresh, so when we come back from break, they're not like, oh, what was going on? So that's how we do that. And like I said, their daily group binders is divided up into subjects. This is their self-assessment key on their work, where they can say, you know, are they above and beyond? Can they teach this to somebody else? They're actually just proficient. They're working on it. They haven't quite got there yet, and we really need to re-go over that. So that's what I will put on my on their weekly assignment thing. It would be one of these numbers for each day to show me exactly where they stand with what was taught to them, or what they learned, or how well they learned it. And then this is divided up into subjects for our group. So we have the social studies, the language arts one. This is our dictionary skills that we'll be starting actually tomorrow. And these worksheets right here are their weekly reading logs. Also, what they do, a part of their curriculum, I think I'll talk more about that in the video, but just real quick, they do independent reading with me. So what it is I assess their fluency. So I have them read a book to me or whatever it is to me, and then they I assess how well they read, how much of a hard time they're having reading. I show them how to read, how to stop at like punctuations and different things like that. I'll do a video for that too, so you guys can see how I assess their independent reading. So I don't just tell them, oh, go off and read. I want to assess how they're reading, because when we do group reading, it's me reading aloud to them, and that's where we do our comprehension and stuff like that. So they get different realms of reading. And then we have our critical thinking group that we do over here at our board. And this is our All About Spelling board. This is where I place the cards for All About Spelling. And basically that's it. I'm going to come back with a video for you guys on how we do each and every single group individually. I'll make the videos a little shorter. This one was a little longer because it was our planning. But I would love for you to come back and join us. If you have any questions, please drop them down below in the comment section. Any comments, drop them down in the comment section. Any input that you think I could use to make my homeschool day easier or whatnot, or any questions that you have of anything that I can show you to help make things easier for you, just let me know. Other than that, please come back and join us. We would love to have you. I love the homeschooling community. I love how dedicated we all are to our children. And if you could just subscribe, like this video, come back and see us. We greatly appreciate it. See ya.